Hi friends, this is Debbie here from Southern Delight. I'm so glad that you tuned in today. Today I wanted to share with you some nautical Dollar Tree DIYs that I have put together for you. And these are all patio friendly DIYs. The first one that I have here is this cute little turtle table that I put together. That will be the first DIY. The second thing that I did was these cute little message in a bottles. I happened to pick these little guys up from the Dollar Tree, the little bottles. I found some cardstock that was maps, rolled it up and put it in there. Then they had these cute little turtles, and I painted them with a coat of an aqua color and put a little jewel rose on there. Just really simple DIYs to just add to your porch area or any area really, because I even thought about putting some of this decor in my bathroom. Over here I have a couple more DIYs that I did. These were some candlesticks that I picked up from the Dollar General. They were actually brown. I think one of them was gray and one was brown, so I gave them a coat of white paint. That I actually picked up from the Dollar General, and it has sand and seashells in it. It's really cute. But I hot glued it to that candlestick. Then I decided to make my own. I used some of those little cute little stones, little gem stones that they had at the Dollar Tree, and hot glued them to a foam ball that they had in their floral section. Then this, I just took a vase and added some seashells to it with another one of those cute little turtles that I painted, and used some twine and decorated it up. And this little turtle even has a little light that lights up. This would be great for a kid's room also, for a little night light. But I gave him a coat of paint and then hot glued some of those little jeweled stones to it. Those are just some starfish that I happened to pick up at one of the gift stores when we were vacationing. But these were just some really simple ideas for decorating, you know, if you're doing a nautical theme and you want to just dress up your porch areas. Those are just some pillows that I happened to pick up off of Amazon. They're actually just covers that I put over some of my older pillows. I know you see me use Dollar Tree and things like that a lot. The reason I do that is because I swap out my decor so often that I don't want to be spending a whole lot of stuff, because I change it out like every season, and I'm like, now it's getting into summer, and they have some really neat stuff at these places, and then with a little bit of creativity you can have some really nice decor items. Then this is one of the signs that I did. That was a wooden sign. It was just blank with the white palette look behind it. I picked that up from Walmart. I think I paid $6 for it. Used some cardstock that I got on sale for $5.99 from Hobby Lobby. Only used half of it, and then hot glued some rope down the center that I had from the Dollar Tree. Made a cute little sign. I tell you, Mod Podge does wonders. I did that sign with Mod Podge. This is another one that I did using an old sign and that same cardstock. I made the whale. These little things right here, I just gave some of my other decor items just an update with some paint. And then like these little pieces like this, I picked that up from the Dollar General. I mean, really inexpensive pieces. But you also, when you're looking at things like that, you want to make sure that they'll last outside if you're putting them on your porch area. My front porch is actually covered. The one in the back is not. So, but this is actually a wire basket. And again, there are some more pillows that I happened to pick up. And this one is the third little sign that I made, just using Mod Podge and that cardstock. Made some cute little signs. Alright, these are the items that you're going to need to build the turtle stand. You're going to need to start with a plant stand. I happened to pick this one up from Walmart. I think I paid like $5.96 from it. It's just one that's probably, it's not very, I mean, it's a good size. It's probably maybe 12 inches. This over here is a cutting board. You can pick these up at Dollar General. I just love these. But the coloring, it's black and then it's got the gold on it. When I first saw this, I mean, it just felt like a nautical piece, especially with the wood and the way it was laid out. But I happened to pick one of those up. You'll need some rope, Mod Podge, and this was a nautical cardstock. I happened to pick it up. I believe it was either Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I picked it up on the sale, and they just had these beautiful prints in them. If you can't find this particular one, just find some prints or go over to their scrapbooking section and see if you can find anything with like nautical themes. I happen to want like ships, anchors, and that's what I made several of my signs and so forth out of. And then this little guy happened to come from the Bell Outlet. I was actually going to use him outside on my fence, but his coloring, he's so bright, he's beautiful, but the coloring just didn't match with what I was doing. So what I've decided is to make this cute little table with him. So you're going to want to start with your cutting board. Pick out your print, and in my case, like I said, I use the ships, and just lay it. Pick your print out, place that on top of it and cut it out. Then use your Mod Podge on the back of your print, and then I put a layer on the front and then let it dry, usually for about 2 hours. And this is what you'll get, something like this. And then this piece, now I went ahead and I hot glued the rope all around it once it dried. Then you'll take your stand, and this little turtle here, like I said, he's beautiful. But you want to get your Easy 6000 out and your hot glue gun. So what you're going to want to do is to put a layer of hot glue. You want to hot glue him, and then use your Easy 6000. Well, you put your Easy 6000 on first and then hot glue him into place. It kind of secures him until he dries real well. But this is what it will look like. And don't worry, because he's flipped upside down, but these are all painted. They're black, so they blend very well. Then take your cutting board. Do the same thing with the Easy 6000 and the hot glue. Hot glue him on there. It is that simple. And you have this cute, cute little plant stand or a coffee table, whatever, for your patio. It was really inexpensive. I think I have under $25 in mine. And like I showed you in the picture, that the one that I thought about ordering was like $75, almost $75. So this was well worth it. And then the theme and the colors match my decor perfectly. Drop a picture in here. This one right here cost about $75. So I was quite proud of my little table. But then again, they turn out so high-end and so cute. I hate to put them outside. So drop me some comments below. Do you think I should keep them in the house or put them outside? I know that if you put a layer of polyurethane on these, that way they keep longer, especially with the wood and everything. It would protect it. If it is out in the weather, if you're making these DIYs and you decide to keep them outside, I do know that that helps the process to make them last longer. But I hope you've enjoyed this, and I've got plenty more lined up, so stay tuned. Making the nautical signs, all you have to do is paint the wood the texture and color that you want. This happens to be my scrap paper here, and this had a cute little anchor on there, and Mod Podge looks like here. On this design, I only used half of the cardstock paper, and then I just left half of it in the natural. Now the Mod Podge has dried on it, and I happened to pick up this nautical rope and this decorative rope here, and what we're going to do is just cut off a strip, and then I'm going to be hot gluing it right down here in the middle just to complete the design. Now she's all hot glued on there, and there is your finished product. I'm so tickled at how these turned over. But again, there I have the dilemma that they turned out so cute and so high-end looking that I am going to have a very hard time putting these outside. I think they will be going in my bathroom. This is the second sign that I'm working on, and I use the same technique. This was an old sign that I picked up from the Dollar General, and I just used that same cardstock, found a design, and then I used some Mod Podge, and I put that together in the whale scene. And now I'm going around it. I had this nautical rope, and we're just going to hot glue this around the edges, and I'm completing that now.